Let's move on to my next storyline from this week 13, man. We're talking about another team who was in the Super Bowl. That is the Philadelphia Eagles, who were 10-1 coming into this NFC Championship rematch against the San Francisco 49ers. Now, we all know what happened last year in the NFC Championship game. The Niners were down to their third string quarterback and ended up getting blown out of are they in North Philly? I think they're in North Philly. I think that's what the Lincoln Financial Field is at. And there's been a lot of trash talking between the teams. Debo out here calling Bradbury sorry, like a week after the NFC Championship game, which I love. Not only do I love you talking, but you said it right after you niggas lost. I respect it. And they came through last night. I'm gonna name right here, Brock Purdy, 19-27, 314 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey went through 1,000 yards again last night. Yo, the Carolina Panthers need to be investigated. I don't even know who they traded Christian McCaffrey for. Now they traded away a pick that possibly might be Caleb Williams and also DJ Moore in that same draft. I don't know what's going on in Carolina, but they need to research that. Christian McCaffrey had 17 carries, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. And then you look, Debo Samuel, 3 touchdowns last night, man, over 150 yards total. He went on there. I don't want to say stand on business. I feel like white people and Generation X have
it's over with now.
Generation Z have ruined that phrase. But he went out there and told them what hand you roll up with, and really just went out there and dominated in this game. And I will say this before we go through the panel of what everybody thinks about this game. Listen very close to me, Eagles fans. Look, we all know Philadelphia, not just Philadelphia Eagles fans, Philadelphia sports fans aren't the most humbling fans on planet Earth, to say the least. You took the loss, accepted. Like, I saw a lot of pleas being caught. When you go to it's not a playoff game, y'all act like y'all won a championship. Let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that. Y'all were talking about the Niners all year. They went out there in your home field, stumped you out. This wasn't a close game at all. Stumped you out, and of course they're going to let you hear about it. We know it's not the playoffs. We know they're not going to get any points back from how they lost the NFC Championship game. This is a new season. The Eagles have not played a complete game all season, and all these teams let them off the hook consistently. The Niners went out there, snuffed them out right away. Great game plan by Kyle Shanahan last night. Stayed on top of it. Just take the loss. It's okay. You're 10-2. You're 10-2. I believe they're gonna be fine, but let them go out there and say what they want to say, man. Y'all looking real crazy out here, not letting the fans, talk the way they want to talk. I'm gonna go to Mari first, and then we're gonna go to Courtney for this. Mari, what you feel about that blowout we saw last night? What kind of statement you think the Niners did last night?
I mean, I think the Niners just showed why everybody else feels like they're the best team in the league. I also think they're the best team in the league. What the Eagles fans have done is the same thing as like an athlete arguing with just like the regular 9-to-5 person saying, yo, I got more money than you. Because it's like, oh, we still number one. You know what I'm saying? We still number one. It wasn't a playoff game. It wasn't this, that, and the third. But y'all lost. If y'all would have won that game, y'all would have acted like y'all never won a game in franchise history. Y'all would have went crazy. Y'all would have still been talking about it right now as we speak. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, shit, the Niners went out there and proved it. They've been talking shit all year saying, yo, if Brock Purdy was healthy, the game wouldn't have been close. I mean, you look up now, all these months later, Brock Purdy is healthy, and that game was not close. It is what it is. I'm happy they won. I'm a Giants fan, so anytime the Eagles lose, I'm celebrating that, like, no matter what. But I mean, shit, the Niners are the best team in the league. It is what it is. Take the L. The Eagles are just in a weird space where, yeah, they're better than like the average team in the league, but they operate like they're the Kansas City Chiefs. They operate like they've won a Super Bowl. Like, they talk like they've won a Super Bowl and nobody else can, like, speak to them. And it's like, dog, like, y'all, like not this team, not this one. Y'all went there, but y'all lost. So until this team together, I mean, come on, dog, like, relax. It is what it is. It's just a regular season game, right? So why y'all on your feelings, man? Just relax.
Courtney, go ahead.
I mean, my thing is, I don't want to say that there's like a kind of pattern going on with the offense, but there's a pattern going on with the offense. There's no explanation for why DeAndre Swift only carried the ball 6 times yesterday. And when Kenneth Gainwell got the ball, he was catching the ball like a slot receiver. It just doesn't make sense why this team that, mind you, I think they had like 45, 46 passes or something yesterday, which, mind you, when they played the Jets earlier this season and also lost, they had like 50 passes. This offense is just so incredibly one-dimensional, And I'm not saying that the onus strictly follows on Brian Johnson, but he's also been in that play calling room trying to help call plays since 2021. I know it's still Nick Sirianni's offense, but like, I don't know, not saying he needs to go. I'm saying maybe they got to do something there because it's just not working. No offense, Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. There's no reason, though, why he needs to be dropping back 30-ish times a game. It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense. I know you got A.J. Brown. I know you got Devontae Smith, but you also have DeAndre Swift. You also have Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott when he gets in there. It doesn't make sense to me.
Bang, what you think about that statement they made last night?
Well, I'm not gonna put this on future Chicago Bears head coach Brian Johnson.
Oh, wow.
I just bullshitting. I just wanted to hear what Scott was. But actually, I'm kind of not bullshitting. But I just think, man, when you have a team like the Eagles who played 3 games in like 19 days or some shit like that, you know, it's gonna take a toll out of you when you're going up against a team like the San Francisco 49ers. But goddamn, if it was ever that team looked like, and I know this might sound blasphemous, but I'm going to say it anyway. That team reminded me of them old San Francisco 49ers. Like Christian McCaffrey out here looking like Roger Craig. You know, ain't nobody going to look like Jerry Rice, but you got Debo out here looking like a bully.
You get your braids short enough, you might.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You know, put that motherfucker like right here. You might. You know what I'm saying? You got Kittle out here looking like, I forgot my man, Brent Jones out there. The offensive line of those 80s San Francisco 49ers were mean, and they mean right now. And Brock Purdy out here looking like Joe Montana. Wow. They went into Philly, could have lost all momentum when one of their linebackers get kicked out the game for accidentally stealing off the director of security who looked like he runs.
He stole off Bobby Bacala.
He runs a sanitation. He's the head of security and runs a sanitation business.
He works in Philadelphia. He does the closing shift.
But man, oh man, they went into Philly and they beat the shit out them boys. Make no mistake about it, man. This San Francisco 49ers team is the best team in the NFL. So when you have an Eagles team that has played as many games as they've played in the last 3 weeks against the competition that they played too. These last 3 weeks, the Eagles ain't played no Rudies, fam. They've played.
Nah, it's been,
like they have a murderer's row. So the fact that the 49ers caught them right now, I'm not going to read that much into it, but at the same time, shit, them 49ers look good. And it was very helpful to my fantasy football team. So I'm happy about that too. Because I got Debo. Ooh,
Debo.
Dante, bring us home on this one.
Hey, the 49ers real, man. The 49ers are real. You know, we all called it sour grapes when they were saying, you know, the NFC Championship would have been different if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt. But they showed you yesterday, like, nah, when we fully loaded, we're a different team. And so, you know, this is one of those things where we can only hope as, you know, fans of the game, you know, our team ain't going to be there. But to get them at full strength for the playoffs and they can stay healthy, because this is a dynamic team. And I think this is probably, in my opinion, and I know some people are still iffy on Purdy and whatnot, but I think, in my opinion, this is probably the most talented team Kyle Shanahan has had. And so this is, you know, we talk about him, you know, finally getting over that hump and winning one. I think if it's a team that could do it, it is this one. And so I think this was a statement they needed to make. I know they had this circled on their calendar, and they came out and they showed you, like, nah, bro, when we're fully loaded, this team is tough to beat no matter who you are. Like you said, the Eagles have been rolling. Yeah, there's been some struggles with the offense. I think I'm damn near more concerned about that than the other question you asked me about, because this has been consistent even in them winning 10 games. The offense has struggled, and then they pick it up, and then, you know, they'll come on in the second half. And yeah, that shit is cool, but at some point it catches up with you. And this is one of those games where, you know, it started out as back and forth, real low scoring, but then Philly turned, not Philly, the 49ers turned up. And like I said, this was the statement they've been waiting to make. So shout out to the Niners, and I think if I'm them, I'm going back to the West Coast with my head held high, like I did what I said I was gonna do. I came and I let y'all know that like this is ours to take. I don't care what happened last year.
Yeah, shout out to my man Kev, man.
Quick.
He gonna love that you said Brock Purdy looking like Joe Montana. He gonna love that.
Oh wow,
Purdy looking real, man.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, did I hear them right by saying that Christian McCaffrey was the first 1,000-yard rusher for the 49ers in like 5 or 6 years or some shit like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it sounded about right. Yeah, it sounded about right.
I'm about to say Frank Gore was probably the last one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been.
They just released them Heisman finalists.
Because you gotta think it was a little couple years when the Niners was kind of like we was trying to see like what's going on type shit, and so now that they top of the league, we like, oh shit, like they really putting shit together over there. So it makes sense.
That paper on this player haters old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna.